Ezekiel chapter 8. Visionary journey to Jerusalem. In the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th day of the month, I was sitting in my house, and the elders of Judah were sitting in front of me. And there the hand of the Lord came down to me. I looked, and there was someone who looked like a man, or like fire, because we know any time that God comes from heaven, he comes as fire, or cloud, but mostly fire. From what seemed to be his waist down was fire, and from his waist up was something that looked bright like the gleam of amber. He stretched out what appeared to be a hand and took me by the hair of my head. Then the Spirit lifted me up between earth and heaven and carried me in visions of God to Jerusalem. So, in the sky. Between earth and heaven, that's the sky. To the entrance of the inner gate that faces north, where the offensive statue that provokes jealousy was located. I saw the glory of the God of Israel there, like the vision I had seen in the plain. Pagan practices and the temple. The Lord said to me, Son of man, look toward the north. I looked to the north, and there was this offensive statue north of the altar gate at the entrance. He said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing here? More detestable acts that the house of Israel is committing. And I made a note that says, God said, do you see this monstrosity? The audacity of the people. So that I must depart from my sanctuary. So not only are they doing these detestable things, but I had to come down from heaven to see this. That's how upset he was. I had to leave the comfort of my home, my dwelling, to come down here. Really? You will see even more detestable acts. Then he brought me to the entrance of the court, and when I looked, there was a hole in the wall. He said to me, Son of man, dig through the wall. So I dug through the wall and discovered a doorway. He said to me, Go in and see the detestable, wicked acts they are committing here. I made a note that says I don't even want to continue reading. I wouldn't want to know. I'm pretty sure Ezekiel was like, oh, man. Oh, come on, y'all. I went in and looked, and there were engraved all around the wall was every kind of abhorrent thing, crawling creatures and beasts, as well as all the idols of the house of Israel. Now, right here it says engraved all around the wall was every kind of abhorrent thing. We know where they got that from. The Egyptians, because we know that, and the History Channel and things like that, they did engravings on the walls. They drew pictures and things like that on the wall. So that's where they got that from. 70 elders from the house of Israel were standing before them, with Jezaniah, son of Shaphan, standing among them. Each had a fire pan in his hand, and a fragrant cloud of incense was rising up. He said to me, Son of man, do you see what the elders of the house of Israel are doing in the darkness? Each at the shrine of his idol. So there's 70 elders, and each at the shrine of his idol. Each one. So 70 idols, right? For they are saying, the Lord does not see us. The Lord has abandoned the land. You don't think he can see you? That reminds me of that Cat Williams comedy show, when he said, you don't think I can see you? That's what that makes me think of. Y'all really think that since y'all are inside that he cannot? Really? Y'all think he can't see through buildings, like through everything that he created? The Lord has abandoned the land. Again, he said to me, you will see even more detestable acts that they are committing. Then he brought me to the entrance of the north gate of the Lord's house, and I saw someone sitting there weeping for Tammuz. Tammuz is the month of the sin of the golden calf. So this was, in the beginning in Genesis when, Exodus, when Moses was up on the mountain with God and the people were down below and Aaron had built them a calf out of gold. This is when that happened. And he said to me, do you see this, son of man? You will see even more detestable acts than these. So he brought me to the inner court of the Lord's house, and there were about 25 men at the entrance of the Lord's temple, between the portico and the altar. Portico is like a porch. That's like the front entrance. With their backs to the Lord's temple and their faces turned to the east. They were bowing to the east in worship of the sun. And he said to me, "Do you see this, son of man? Is it not enough for the house of Judah to commit the detestable acts they are doing here, that they must also fill the land with violence and repeatedly anger me, even putting the branch to their nose?" Or my nose. Therefore I will respond with wrath. I will not show pity or spare them. Though they call loudly in my hearing, I will not listen to them. Now, mind you, at the beginning here, it says that I was sitting in my house and the elders of Judah were sitting in front of me. And there the hand of the Lord God came down on me. So this all happened. He was taken up into the sky in front of the elders. So my question is, the elders seeing this, what did they think? Like, was he physically? Well, he was physically, because he says he stretched out what appeared to be a hand and took me by the hair of my head. So he pulled him up into the sky by his hair. What are the elders thinking? That's my question.